name is Oliver Caminiti, and this is Adam Molina. We are here to bring attention to what an acquired brain injury is, or ABI. An acquired brain injury refers to any damage to the brain after birth. I would like you to be aware of this injury because it is very close to home for me. You can acquire a brain injury from being involved in an incident or a trauma, or from a deadly virus or a journey incident. I wanted to highlight and bring awareness to ABI during biking, as it is important to always be safe when riding on the road, as the trauma of an ABI affects your whole family. In 2010, my brother, who was 5 years old at the time, was hit by a car. He acquired an ABI. This means he sometimes forgets information and acts before thinking. For example, he might punch me before thinking if he's frustrated. Rehab like speech therapy has helped us more. Since his accident, it has affected the whole family, and we have had to adapt to living with someone with an ABI. The first few months he did lots of rehabilitation and had to learn all the basics like walking and talking again. His brain now just works differently and needs extra support to learn new things. He has been lucky to have great support here at Haileybury, where he is in Year 2.
Heads Together is a camp that brings families together who have a child with acquired brain injury, or ABI for short, so they can share their experience with each other. It's a fun, social environment with lots of activities to entertain the kids and activities for the adults as well. There are many leaders that give up their time to be at the camp and help organise everything. All the kids that attend the camp were normal kids like you and I, who after an event suffered an ABI that changed their whole life. So how can you help? In week 7, the Year 5 and 6 students will participate in bike games and learn to ride their bikes safely around our roads. Please bring a gold coin donation to give to your homeroom teacher on the day of the bike rides, and we can raise money to support the camp.
I would like to introduce our special guest, Kate Heine, who is the founder of Heads Together Camp. Please make her feel welcome.
Hi everyone. I'm a physio for kids, and I started the camp about 12 years ago. And so the reason we started it is that we wanted to create a community for families who had a child who had a brain injury, because it's a really, really hard thing to go through. And I think it's really important when you've been through something really difficult, and then you need to have a community to be with people that understand you. So, like you guys have your school community, some of you might have sporting communities, or your church, or whatever interests you have, but it's really important to have a place where you belong, where you feel really comfortable and you've got lots of friends. So that's why we started the camp. So we just, last weekend, that's all right. We've got a little video we want to show you. Just last weekend we had our 22nd camp, and so we have 2 camps every year, and there's about 20 families come to each one. Lots of the families come back again and again, like the Caminitis have, and that's really important too, because it's kind of like a big extended family, so you get to go catch up with all your friends. And the camp's a lot like a school camp, so you do lots of really fun stuff. But I think why we really wanted to ask you guys for help is because everyone that comes to the camp, we only ask them to pay just a little bit of money, because everyone has different amounts of money. Some people don't have very much at all. And so we really want the camp to be a gift to people. And so that means that we need lots of generous people like you guys to help us out to raise a bit more money, because we only have 2 camps, and that's only 40 families a year, and there's thousands and thousands of families out there that need this. So we're really trying to add some more camps, which would be really great. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing. And I think that these guys talked really well about brain injury, but I just kind of want to say a couple of other things as well, and just get an idea if anyone here knows someone that has got an acquired brain injury. If you have, can you put your hand up? Wow. And so, well, that's lots. So can I just ask, do you know why that person got their brain injury?
No.
Okay. Does anyone know why?
My cousin was born with it.
Okay.
My dad had a friend who got hit by a car.
There you go. Is there someone else here? You don't know why. So these guys brought up a couple of things, but definitely car accidents. So does anyone know someone that's been in a car accident? Lots. So that can be in a car, walking, on a bike, on a skateboard. Okay, so that's one big way that it definitely can happen, and that's why we're doing this during Bike Ed, because it's really, really important that you wear a helmet and that you're really careful about your bike rules, because like Adam said, when a brain injury happens, that changes your whole life forever. So it's something that you can try and avoid. But there are lots of other ways. So Oliver told you that also could be an illness. So sometimes, has anyone here ever heard of a stroke? Yeah, heaps. There you go. So did you guys know that kids can have strokes? Yeah, so kids that have strokes, then they get an acquired brain injury. And sometimes it can also happen when you almost drown. So that means that you aren't getting oxygen to your brain, and so then that can give you a brain injury. So there's lots of different ways that it can happen. And I think why we wanted to bring that up is because ABI is something that is really common, but a lot of people don't know what it means. So we're trying to get out the message to all of you so that we can help to spread the idea of what acquired brain injury is. Because what we want is hopefully for you to understand a little bit better that having an acquired brain injury doesn't mean that you can't do things. It doesn't mean that you can't think properly. You know, a lot of people are scared of things that they don't understand, and sometimes they call people names and they say you're stupid. And that's, that's really, really hard for someone that they're not. It's just that their brain works differently. And I think if you guys think about it, every single one of you, your brain works differently to each other. So some of you are good at maths, some of you are good at science, some of you are good at English, some of you are good at art. So it's just like that. So when you've got a brain injury, you're really good at some things and you really struggle with other things. So just try and remember that, and it can affect, so like with Masimo, it's more to do with his memory and how he feels and how he acts. For other kids, it might be how they move, so how they walk and how their hands work. And then some other kids have really a lot of trouble with how they speak and how they can understand information. So the idea is just to try and treat everybody just like a person and try and respect that we're all different and that everyone just wants to be friends and get to know each other. So we just wanted to show you a teeny video about what we do at camp, and then we'll get on to the bike here.